Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review, and today we're taking a look at the DC Digital, or Fidgetal, or who gives a crap at all, Monarch, brought to us by the fine folks over at DC Direct, and or McFarlane Toys, whatever you want to call it. Pick your poison, I guess. And for those of you out there in YouTube land wondering, who is this? Who? Did you like my Roger Daughtry impression? Not to be confused with that other Roger from Classic Rock, who's a piece of crap. Yeah, I'm still salty about that 2 months later. Get over it. At any rate, if you don't know who this is, I can't help you, because I don't either. But he does come with a collectible trading card that might tell us who he is. I do know he used to be the superhero Hawk. And I think this is the version that is Hawk. And then he was another chap at some point. But he does come with a hockey puck display stand that we're not used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases, because it has the Fidgetal crapola on there. But he's a pretty chunky fella. Originally kind of felt like steel, but I think he's his own thing. So as far as his articulation goes, his head will look side to side. I mean, he looks cool. He's got some cool pauldrons. He's got a cool mask that like covers his whole face. Definitely a 90s looking thing. Really limited in the head though. You can't do a ton with that. He's got something going on the sides there. Probably like straps and bolts and things holding this mask on. You can look down a little bit. You can tilt a little bit. But yeah, very limited because of the collar. Maybe if you heated that, you'd get more out of it. Shoulders will go up, back down. They'll rotate forward and back. He's got the beautiful butterfly. Kind of loose in the shoulder, not gonna lie. Does anyone miss like the super clicky McFarlane shoulders? I'm curious. I think I asked that in, was it the Deathstroke Collector Edition review? I mean, this guy's got a little bit of it, but I really like the clicky shoulders. I don't know, that's just me. He's got a bicep swivel, double elbow. That works okay. Again, he's pretty chunky, so you have to give him a little bit of leeway. He does have a ball hinge wrist on both sides. He's got a grip hand on this side. Should have come with a fist. If he wasn't going to come with anything to hold. So that kind of sucks. I mean, it almost is a fist, but it's not. And this hand is, of course, a grabbing hand or a grasping hand. Would have been nice to have that for this side. And like a fist for this side and a fist for that side, but whatever. They be skipping out on accessories as of late for some reason. His torso can bend back that far. Pretty good for a big dude. And then forward, not a ton. He can bend back further than he can bend forward, of course. It's a McFarlane figure after all. He can rotate up here. And then he can tilt side to side. And nothing too loose there. It's fine, it's adequate. Same thing with the waist. Moves around just fine. Has a little bit of play as well. And yeah, he's a cool looking character. I like his design, but I don't know poop about him. He does have this cool skirt. That is a soft plastic, so you can kick his legs up about this far. Back that far. Out, down. He's got a thigh cut in there. Really good thigh cut. Kind of sucks his hip articulations crap. Double jointed knees, which... yeah, a lot of bend in those. All things considered. Considering how bulky he is. Then he does have a hinge in the foot with a rocker. No ball hinge, but I don't know how you would get to that anyways. He does have a toe hinge though, so that's nice. You can pop that up, but yeah, not impressive articulation, but it's okay, to say the least. But nothing to write home about. But for a character like this, who's pretty much just meant to stand there and be imposing and intimidating and all that fun stuff. He gets the job done. I like it. Is it knocking my socks off? No. But if you wanted this character, I don't think you're going to be that disappointed. So, standing him back up there. Because it is now time. We move right along. Get him a little more centered. Yeah, that's probably a lot better. Yeah, it is. But it is now time that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old, or I guess in this case not so good old, because he's a bad guy, Monarch, alongside a couple other figures. Taking a look at from this particular Fidgetal wave, we have Spoiler, Batgirl, Stephanie Brown, Batgirl, there it is. Her name escaped me for a moment. I had a brain fart, but then I succeeded, so yay me. And we also have first appearance, now quote-unquote first appearance, Nightwing with his crazy V-neck popped-up collar suit and his oversized wingding. Couldn't get the oversized Batarang to fit in Spoiler's hand, but as you can see, Monarch is a rather large fella, and I do find it kind of funny that this wave is like all Batman stuff except him. Like, he's just right there in front of your face. So, there you go. Getting these two out of the way. So we can bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. Right there. And the infamous 11 Spawn. Right there. Who? I don't think he's towering over this guy. Nope, Monarch is taller than good old Al Simmons here. But I think old Uncle Al can take him in a fight. What about you? So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and despite the fact that I, and probably a lot of you guys out there, know absolutely nothing about good old Monarch here, yeah, I think it's a good figure. Is it worth the price of admission? Maybe if he came with some extra hands. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of extra hands nowadays, I think we could have used something more than a grip hand and a grasping hand, don't you? Other than that, he's a pretty chunky figure in comparison to other releases in the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line, which, let's call a spade, that's exactly what this is. They can call it Fidgetal, Digital, hoo-ha, hee-hee, ho-ho, all they want. It's a friggin' DC Multiverse figure in a different box with a different price tag. Okay? Okay. But yeah, it's a good figure. Is it great? Is it perfect? No. But is it good? For what it is, I would say so. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.